back to the UEJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence. We are preparing for the final game on match day 2 in the Jamaica Premier League, powered by Digicel. It's Very United against Portmore United.
Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence for the final day of match day 5. And it is Waterhouse versus Tivoli Gardens to wrap up this match day. Promises to be an exciting one. And referee Feralton blows the whistle, and it's the start of the final game of match day 5, Waterhouse versus Tivoli Gardens here at the Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence. And we start very quickly. Tivoli Gardens regains possession. Wellington sends the ball forward. So 2 youngsters for Coach Williams, Tommy Lawrence and Ramin Bowers, getting their first start of the season, and we will be looking to make an impact against Waterhouse, but Waterhouse will not be deterred in this one. Marcel Fuzzy Gale, the head coach for Waterhouse, and he'll be looking to get all 3 points and go into top 4 of the standings after just 4 games, just for possession. And Deborah Gray also will be looking to get on the score sheet again. Philip Williams will be looking for also 3 points, will be creeping into 6th position if he does. Bowers, the other youngster. Smith back to Pinnacle. Tivoli Gardens can search forward, but a slip by Bowers, and now Waterhouse can attack. Down the left-hand side, wanted to find Siobhan Stewart. And Waterhouse will be looking to break that little curse, as every team that has gotten a week off, a week's rest, has come back and has lost. So Waterhouse will be certainly looking to change that fortune around and collect 3 points. Keem Chambers. And couldn't find Ken Roy Howell. A player to watch, 1 assist so far this season. Philip Williams just shouting instructions. I know he would want to move up from 4 points to 7 for the table. Stewart, his pass was originally intercepted, but Finlayson collects for Waterhouse, and that ball sent forward, and unable to control that pass, Andre Fletcher. Tivoli do come forward now with Shavar Campbell and Radika Wellington, his pass intercepted. Referee Veralton says handled ball, and a free kick for Waterhouse. You can hear the players shouting instructions to their teammates, and we know communication must be the key in order to be successful in this game, or any game for that matter. So it's always good to see players shouting instructions apart from the coaches. Chambers coming out of his 18-yard box, and a slip by Hakeem Chambers, but he regains his footing. Dwell over to Captain Finlayson. Waterhouse, patient, Kenroy Howell. And he was impeded, and the referee says it is a free kick. The ball sent inside, and the defensive work done by Captain Price. And it goes behind for the first corner of the game. And it goes to Waterhouse. Price had to be called into question and quickly taken, but well, he saw that one all the way through. Just wanted to make sure and sent that one over for a corner. First corner of the game taken short. Now it's Thomas. Sends that ball inside. Not a bad ball. And Pinnacle clears that one, and it will be another corner for Waterhouse. So Tivoli Gardens has some defensive work to do early on in the game. Taken shortly by Waterhouse, and that ball sent inside. Another corner. Not the best corners. And that ball headed right into the gloves of Tivoli Gardens goalkeeper. But now they can jostle forward. Tivoli Gardens looking to get just their second win in the last 5 meetings against Waterhouse, while Waterhouse will be looking for their 5th in their last 6 meetings. So Waterhouse majority of the victories, if memory serves me correctly, and if my math is correct, that's 4 out of 5, or 80% of the last 5 games has gone to Waterhouse. Foul committed on Kemar Flemings. Medical team called. Oh. Clattering challenge by Kimani Campbell. Collision on Flemings. There have been 51 games played between these two teams. And Tivoli Gardens actually has 5 more wins against Waterhouse. Waterhouse has 18, Tivoli Gardens has 23. And of course, you switch that number around, or those numbers exchanged, and that's the amount of losses. So Tivoli Gardens has 18 losses, while Waterhouse has 23, and both has been played out to a stalemate 10 times. So 10 draws between them. And of course, Tivoli Gardens has scored 5 more goals against Waterhouse, aka Firehouse. 60 as opposed to 55 for Waterhouse. But here comes Tivoli Gardens. Radika Wellington tried that shot with his right foot, and as I said before, he's quite agile with both feet, or he can strike it with both feet, but his preferred foot is his left. That was not his left. So Waterhouse can somewhat breathe a sigh of relief. That was a passing spell by Tivoli Gardens. Finlayson was it across and tried to find Colorado Money, his first start of the Premier League season. Tivoli Gardens through Radika Wellington loses possession. Referee says it's a foul. Taken. Ricardo Thomas, a shot at goal, wide of the target. Was whistling wide. Was never going to trouble the goalkeeper Nicholas Clark. Watkins is the reason why Clark is in between the sticks today. He did get a red card in the last game for Tivoli Gardens, so that's the reason for Nicholas Clark to be between the sticks. But Waterhouse goes forward now, loses possession. Pennycook sends it to Radika Wellington. Wellington finding Devore Gray. He was fouled. Wanted to take it pretty quickly. Turned. And Siobhan Stewart was the culprit. Andre Smith, his ball was routinely intercepted by Donardo Thomas, and Donardo Thomas with a speed surges forward for Waterhouse. Waterhouse will be looking to make something here. Whoa, what a beautiful skill sent inside, but headed out again by Price. Price still having to do some defensive work for Tivoli Gardens. And again, Waterhouse dangerous going forward. Just gets by the defense. Pennycook and Price had to clear that one out. Corner sent inside. Nobody was able to meet that one, but Ricardo Thomas does recover it. And a 1-2 pass between Finlayson and Stewart. And that ball sent inside once more, but again, nobody able to latch on to it. Tommy Lawrence over to find Devore Gray. Devore Gray will keep that one. Brilliant work to keep it in play. It's Devore Gray versus Ricardo Thomas. And good defensive work by Ricardo Thomas. And Ricardo Thomas does celebrate that one because it is in fact a goal kick. Very good work by Ricardo Thomas. A very speedy player is Ricardo Thomas. So is his brother, Donardo Thomas. So, two speedy players for Waterhouse brothers. I'd say Ricardo Thomas more defensive. The man that plays the fullback for Waterhouse, notably on the right where he is now. Sometimes he switches, but for right now he is in the position he's normally in for Waterhouse. They go forward. Ricardo Thomas collects it. Campbell. Fletcher. Waterhouse going forward again, but Colorado Murray unable to collect that one. Kimani Campbell now on the ball, sends that one inside. Dealt with by Wellington. Going forward is Anthony Nelson for Tivoli Gardens. And it only falls to Akeem Chambers of Waterhouse. And not only another attack for Waterhouse, sent inside, and an opportunity. What a golden opportunity for Andre Fletcher to put Waterhouse ahead in the 15th minute. Didn't latch onto that one properly. Very good play by Colorado Murray. Sent that one inside for Andre Fletcher. Could not collect that one properly. Couldn't latch onto that one properly. And the Tivoli Gardens survive a scare. Tivoli Gardens will have to be careful. They don't want Waterhouse to necessarily quote-unquote get in the mood, because when they do, they are very dangerous. Nice work delivered to Fletcher. Here's Fletcher once more, but defensive work by Pennycook. It will be another corner for Waterhouse. Another corner for Waterhouse. Nothing so far for Tivoli Gardens, but the fourth for Waterhouse, sent inside. And Wellington had to do some defensive work for Tivoli Gardens, but they still have possession, and a shot at goal wide of the target. Waterhouse continue to press. And Kimani Campbell gets the latest opportunity for Waterhouse. Collects that one and sends that one inside, but just wide of the target. Clark would breathe a sigh of relief. Price, defensive work again. And Colorado Murray frustrated that the referee Veralton did not call a foul. Blow his whistle. But they regain possession. Finlayson. Thomas to Murray. Well, Murray tried to stop on a dime. Andre Smith saw that one all the way through, and there was a pressure by Andre Fletcher, but Tivoli Gardens still has possession. And DeVroy Gray latches on to that one, sends that one inside to find Radika Wellington. Shot of the left foot, but it was somewhat deflected by Sean Dwyer, and it lost its power and speed, and collected by Akeem Chambers. Very good ball to DeVroy Gray. And then goal so far this season for DeVroy Gray. Wellington, Radika Wellington as well. And Wellington would have wanted to get more power on that one. So a good passing spell again by Tivoli Gardens. Just trying to trouble the defense of Waterhouse. Denarda Howell. And Tivoli Gardens again regaining possession. Main Bowers. Radika Wellington, brilliant turn, but couldn't find DeVroy Gray. Kimani Campbell. Couldn't find Kenroy Howell. Howell committing the foul. Lawrence loses possession for Tivoli Gardens. Now Denardo Thomas to his brother Ricardo Thomas. Murray getting himself somewhat involved a lot in this game. As assistant coach Gordon said that he was just rehabbing, trying to get himself ready, and they felt that this match against Tivoli Gardens was the right opportunity to start him. His first start of the season. And and already has been involved a lot and gave Waterhouse a golden opportunity, and more specifically to Fletcher to put them ahead. But here is Siobhan Scarra-Stewart. Still Stewart. His ball intercepted routinely by Price, and now Devroy Howell of Tivoli Gardens can attack. No communication between him and Anthony Nelson. And that ball sent forward, opportunity for Kenroy Howell. And Clark had to be called into question for Tivoli. Sent it to touch for a throw. Howell to Howell, brother to brother, but couldn't connect properly. And now Bowers for Tivoli. No communication again. That has been the name of the game for them. Ball sent inside. Too much for Andre Fletcher, but he will collect for Waterhouse. Andre Fletcher versus Pennycook, but Pennycook wins that battle. Lawrence to Wellington. Wellington sends that ball forward, trying to find Nelson. Foul committed. Referee just calling the player over. So still 0-0 between the two teams. Almost 22 minutes gone. Philip Williams, Coach Williams, will be wanting to get on the score sheet as well as Coach Gale. And it's the first water break of the game. Just getting themselves hydrated. And I'm sure both coaches will be just giving them a little instruction to at least score and go into the half in the lead. Both Tivoli and Waterhouse still locked at 0-0. Both teams have had opportunities, but you'd think that Waterhouse had the better of the opportunities more than one occasion. And I'm sure Jermaine Teddy Johnson will want to get into this game and impact this game in a positive way for Waterhouse. I know some persons may have thought that maybe he was done, but he said he wanted to continue and he had a point to prove. And I'm sure he would want to prove it in this game as well. Colorado Murray, you would say probably the same thing. Assistant Coach Gordon did say that they trust him. He was training with the team, you know, rehabbing, just trying to get himself ready. And they thought that this would have been the best opportunity for him to show his readiness on the pitch, on the field. They say they needed some goals, which is the reason they started Colorado Murray, and we'll see if he can get those goals for Waterhouse. Coach or referee Veralton just making sure everybody is on the field and is ready. And now he has restarted. Free kick for Tivoli Gardens. Regaining possession. Now it's with Campbell. Communication, but the referee says ball went into touch and it will be a throw for Waterhouse. One brother to the other. And the door slipped with that control, but it went back to the goalkeeper Chambers. Waterhouse through Leonardo Thomas. Ball sent across for Kimani Campbell. And 60% possession for Waterhouse, so they're dominating possession. And they wanted that free kick, but the referee says no. Kenroy Howell trying to be a menace for the defense. Oh, and collision by Captain Price. Howell, but I believe he got the ball. So I'm not sure if the referee would have called that foul or that free kick, but they do have a free kick now, Waterhouse. Campbell just looking for a pass. Normally you use that gesture for finding, I'm not sure why, but normally you use that gesture for finding a pass. And that attack was stopped by Pennycook, so Price and Pennycook have worked particularly well around the back for Tivoli Gardens so far. So far they've not let in any goals, but they would want to score some. Not just Pennycook and Price, but the team overall. And it's for Tivoli Gardens. Pressure by Waterhouse. Had to do some defensive work, Tivoli Gardens. And Andre Smith puts that one into touch. Throw for Waterhouse. Sent across for Kimani Campbell, sent inside the 18-yard box, dealt with by Pennycook, but still Waterhouse attack. Not dealt with entirely by Tivoli Gardens, and a shot at goal. Leonardo Thomas was not troubling the goalkeeper Nicholas Clark with that shot in the end, and it will be a goal kick for Tivoli. So, tamed a couple of minutes after the water break. No clear-cut chances, I believe. So maybe they just need to settle a little bit after that water break. The referee says no foul. DeVroy Gray goes forward for Tivoli Gardens. It's still DeVroy Gray sent inside, but collected by Chambers. And Radico Wellington was trying to creep to that back post, but didn't get there in time, of course, but it was collected by Chambers. Too close for Chambers to not gobble that one up. And Waterhouse starts again. Dwar, Renato Thomas. Back to Dwar. Waterhouse just, I believe, really controlling the middle of the park. That's why they're getting so many opportunities. Kimani Campbell can send that one inside, but blocked by Pennycook. He has been a wall for Tivoli Gardens so far. as Waterhouse continue to press. Donardo Thomas over to Campbell, sent inside, but again too close for the goalkeeper Nicholas Clark. So for Waterhouse, they have, I believe, one person in the top 10 for the leading goal scorers, and that man is Kenroy Howell, the man who really would want to stamp his class in this game. And Romain Bowers, guy who doesn't normally start, and sent inside. Nobody to latch on to that one. DeVroy Gray couldn't get that one, and Finlayson just instructing his team to just get back into the shape. He wouldn't want, as he said, he doesn't want them to basically lose their shape and ultimately lose out on the first half. Here's Colorado Murray. He was dealt with by Pennycook again. He has been so active in defense for Tivoli Gardens. Worked well so far with Captain Price. Waterhouse now. Stewart felt he was fouled, but referee says no, and now there's a free kick for Tivoli. Foul on DeVroy Gray, and I think he's trying to plead the case that we were on, but referee says there would have been no chance going forward. Lawrence. Fouled. So three players for Waterhouse have scored at least once this season. Andre Fletcher, Kenroy Howell, and Shaquille Bradford with that brilliant solo effort to put the game to bed for Waterhouse. I remember that goal. That was a brilliant strike from Shaquille Bradford. And also two players from Tivoli Gardens have scored, and that's DeVroy Gray and Radico Wellington. Wellington really trying to turn this game on its head, at least in the first half for Tivoli, but Waterhouse do attack once more through Stewart, but again dealt with by Pennycook, who has been such a rock for them so far. Tivoli Gardens. So we see where Kamar Fleming's stepped on by Kimani Campbell, it seems, and he goes down. Still no goals in this one, as maybe both teams will be looking to get on the score sheet, but none so far. And you think, based on the opportunities from Waterhouse and some opportunities for Tivoli Gardens to maybe think that maybe a goal might be at least in the first half of this game. Foul committed by Ramon Howell, or on Ramon Howell. Waterhouse with possession. Bernardo Thomas to his brother, Carter Thomas. Dwar over to the captain, Nikolai Finlayson. And too much for Kimani Campbell. Tivoli Gardens with a throw. Maybe thinking of a strategy is both coaches. I'm not sure specifically who would be the happier of the two heading into halftime. Maybe Philip Williams, I'm not sure, but we know that Waterhouse was in fact in first place prior to the end of last season due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and Tivoli Gardens were 5th place before the suspension and the disruption and ultimate cancellation of the season due to COVID-19. But we're back, and they're back, and both teams will be looking to maybe duplicate the performance leading up to the pandemic when the season was cancelled. More so Waterhouse. They were very dominant last season, was Waterhouse, and they would want to maybe get back to that domination as Andre Fletcher puts that one into touch. Couldn't control it and keep it in. And the throw for Tivoli Gardens. Jika Wellington was hounded, and Tivoli Gardens wanted to go forward, and the referee stating that there is a foul on Wellington by Finlayson. Opportunity for Tivoli. Sends that one inside. Not dealt with entirely and parried out. And the referee says it's a free kick. Taken quickly. Kimani Campbell. Ooh. Clattering challenge by Flemings on Fletcher. And taken quickly, and now Fletcher would want to get that one going, but the strength and defensive effort by Pennycook has been astute in this game. And they would need all of that defensive effort. Sent inside, and an attempted header. Couldn't connect is Kenroy Howell. And again they will try, send that one inside. Wasn't the best pass, but intercepted well by Tivoli, and they can go forward. Howell tries to turn by Sean Dwar, but couldn't. Waterhouse with the possession. Stewart fouled by Wellington. Carter Thomas sends it to his brother Bernardo Thomas, and the ball sent inside. Not a bad ball, but too much, and the goalkeeper Nicholas Clark saw that one all the way through. Kenroy Hull would have loved to latch on to that one, but unfortunately couldn't. Pennycook, who has been a monster defender for Tivoli Gardens so far, has really quelled a lot of the attack for Waterhouse. at least for the first 39.5 minutes, they'll be lucky to have him standing there with Barrington Price. Adjusted nicely. Siobhan Stewart seen that one all the way through. Hakeem Chambers will collect. Siobhan Stewart on the ball for Waterhouse. Tries to get by Flemings. Now Andre Fletcher would have wanted to get by Pennycook, but such a wall is a Dean Pennycook. Ricardo to Denardo. Back to find Sean Dwyer. Can you hear the instructions? We have to get organized. We have to be organized. And Ramon Howell sends it to Denardo Thomas, who again finds Kimani Campbell. And a problem! And that's the first goal! Problem! But it seems as if the referee, yes, the assistant says it is an offside. And what a good passing clink from Waterhouse. Andre Fletcher latched onto that one nicely. And you thought that would have been the first goal for... Oh, very good call by the assistant. He was in an offside position. And there's a player down on the field, and it's the man, Radiko Wellington. But what an opportunity for Waterhouse to get on the score sheet. What an opportunity for Fletcher to get on the score sheet. Would have been his second goal of the season for Waterhouse. But the referee says no, it wasn't offside, and it was the correct call. And I would think that Waterhouse would want that opportunity again, but Fletcher would just have to time his run just a little bit in order to get onside. I would say about half of his body was off in an offside position. So referee, the assistant referee, saw that one and pulled it back. And Fletcher's goal, of course, that penalty he scored against Harborview in the opener. And would want to get a second here today. Maybe not necessarily a penalty, but any opportunity you get, you'd have to take it. So, but I know he would want a goal from open play. Opportunity was given away, but they can come again. Fletcher over to find Siobhan Stewart. Siobhan Stewart to Denardo Thomas. Ramon Howell, a shot at goal blocked by Price. Collected by Clark. Throw straight to find Smith. Now it's with Tommy Lawrence. Over for Howell, but couldn't, or Devroy Gray couldn't find his teammate. And Waterhouse has possession again. Finlayson. At times calm on the ball, and they would need that composure around the back, because you have players like Smith, you have players like Gray, and a brilliant ball to Colorado Murray, but the referee says he was in an offside position. And in those offside positions, those are the main culprits for Waterhouse. So they will know what they need to do. They just need to time their runs better, because they do have the players to get in that goal scoring position and do have the players to really make that telling final third pass. But here's Tivoli Gardens. Powers couldn't set that one inside, but they would just need to time their runs. And the Flemings to Gray. Tivoli can muster up something here. Wellington try that cheeky 1-2 pass between him and Gray, and holds up his hand in apology to Gray. Like I said, Gray, a very quick player. You'd want to have a man like Finlayson calm, cool and collected at the back for you for Waterhouse. And the referee has indicated 3 minutes minimum stoppage time to be added on. Miscontrol by Kimani Campbell, goes into touch for a throw to Tivoli. Tivoli Gardens through Campbell, trying to search forward, but collected nicely, chested down nicely by Dwar. Calm header by Price. Now it's with Bowers. Bowers over to Andre Smith, loses it. Now Waterhouse can attack, and Scarra just waiting for his other players to get into play. It's still Siobhan Stewart over to Donardo Thomas. Thomas versus Wellington. Wellington wins that battle easily. Donardo just losing possession quite easily, and Tivoli Gardens got out of that threat. But here's another possible one. Waterhouse, and a shot at goal. Oh, collected by Nicholas Clark. That was whistling and had to be collected. I'm sure Ricardo Thomas would have wanted to have that one bulging in the back of the net. Saw that nobody was really covering him, saw that nobody was pressing him, and went for glory. And the pressing was a little bit too late. And the player, the goalkeeper, Nicholas Clark, is down on the field. Maybe to waste a little bit of time and have the referee blow the whistle to signal the end of the first half. So if you really look at it, maybe Coach Williams would be the happier of the two coaches at the end of the first half. So Nicholas Clark happy to grab that one, but here's the opportunity again. As I said, nobody marking Ricardo Thomas, and goes for glory, but collected by Clark. Had to stretch for that one. And referee Veralton blows the end of the first half. So opportunities for both sides. Waterhouse with the better of the opportunities. So at the end of the first half, 45 minutes have gone, and it's still Waterhouse 0, Tivoli Gardens 0. Season, and the last time that both teams have, or two teams have played out to a 0-0 draw this season, Waterhouse was involved in that game. It was Waterhouse versus Veer United, formerly of Jamalco. And now Tivoli can go forward. Still Tivoli sends that one inside, but dealt with routinely by Waterhouse. Siobhan Stewart on the ball now. Finished his studies abroad, international business, was Siobhan Stewart. And the referee says it was an infringement by Barrington Price, the captain. It will be a free kick for Waterhouse, former St. George's College man. And his head coach, Marcel Gale, was his assistant coach at St. George's College. Of course, we all know who the head coach of that team is, Neville Burtis-Bell. And Scarrow was so effective for St. George's College. Played alongside the likes of Gregory Messam Jr. and Alex Marshall, who did in fact win the Champions Cup. And that year handed Jamaica College their only loss in a final. 9 fouls. Waterhouse 7 for Tivoli. Ball sent inside, headed towards the goal. And it seems to be the captain, Nikolai Finlayson, who got on the end of that one. It is. And couldn't put that one on target. Was Captain Finlayson. Very good ball by Donardo Thomas. And he was maybe offside, but the referee says no. And would have wanted to put that one on target, maybe even score, was Captain Finlayson. Jostle for possession. The referee says no handled ball. Here's Kimani Campbell. Donardo Thomas, who has been everywhere on the left for Waterhouse. Kenroy Howell. Ricardo Thomas. Still Ricardo Thomas. Still a jostle for possession. The referee says it's a free kick for Tivoli Gardens. And that's assistant referee Yeesing. And getting that free kick is Bowers. Seems as if it was in fact an offside call, not sure. But the referee says a free kick for Waterhouse. And Chevron tried to turn by Flemings, but couldn't. And Pennycook dealt with that one. Dora, who I would say probably is an unsung hero in terms of appearing with Nikolai Finlayson. He has been also composed around the back for Waterhouse. And you really can't say that there is some clear-cut chances for Tivoli Gardens with those two around the back. For the St. Andrew-based team, Waterhouse. Flemings. Tommy Lawrence. Referee says it was a hand to the face of Kimani Campbell. And it is a foul for Waterhouse. Not sure about that call, but collected by Chambers. Just maybe cooling things down a little bit. Or latches onto that one, but Kemar Flemings couldn't keep that one in. Ramon Howell. That ball sent across, but headed on by Flemings once more and goes into touch for a throw. Again, some defensive work by Odin Pennycook, who has had a very good game so far defensively for Tivoli Gardens. Yes, Waterhouse has had the chances and an opportunity for Fletcher again. Couldn't latch on to that one. Tivoli Gardens now attack. Romain Bowers sends that one inside, trying to find Radika Wellington, and a shot at goal blocked by Finderson. And now it goes into touch by Ricardo Thomas. Throw taken quickly, sends that one inside, headed at goalwards. And just over the bar from Devroy Gray. And a good spell by Tivoli Gardens. And he has indicated that he was just going up in the air based on his angle. He didn't think that was going to necessarily go on target. Maybe at a farther distance it would have dipped, but and strangely enough, his only goal, Devroy Gray, was actually a header. So would have been verse in that department. Referee says it's a foul by Price, and his dissension has warranted him a yellow card, the first of the game. And it goes to the captain for Tivoli, Barrington Price. And I think it was dissension by Price that really gave him that caution and confirmation that he has received the yellow card. It was in fact a foul, and I think, yeah, it's his attitude that has cost him, or has basically made up the mind of coach or referee Veralton to caution the player. Oh, that was a little bit scary, and Hakeem Chambers kicking himself. And it's the first corner for Tivoli Gardens in this game. I'm not sure if that was the best decision by Ricardo Thomas to pass that one back to Hakeem Chambers, but the ball sent inside. Referee not listening to the shouts and appeals of Tivoli Gardens, saying it was in fact a handled ball, but the referee Veralton says no, and they can break. But there he is again, Dean Pennycook. Defensively has been sounded. Devroy Gray was behind the defense, and the referee says it's an offside. But he has been everywhere, Dean Pennycook. So solid for Tivoli Gardens so far in this game. Tivoli Gardens do have possession, and they can muster up something here. Anthony Nelson. That ball sent back for Bowers, sent inside for Wellington, and a shot at goal wide of the target from Devroy Gray. And another opportunity. Scored his only goal with his head. Now he wants to score one with his foot. And Tivoli Gardens really getting into this game. Second half, they've pressured the defense of Waterhouse. Oh. See if they can convert those chances. Here is Siobhan Stewart. Howell to Thomas, and a sliding challenge from Price, and he's hobbling. But Waterhouse can attack. It's Fletcher, and the referee says no handled ball, no penalty. And just edging out Tivoli on possession, 51-49 in favor of Waterhouse. And the referee just indicating to Andre Smith that his captain is down on the field. And he seems to be holding. And there are actually two players down on the field. And it is Tommy Lawrence, guy who has gotten his first start for Tivoli Gardens for the season, and the captain Barrington Price. So Price is grimacing in pain, and Tommy Lawrence is up, but Price is still down. And they appeal for the penalty by Waterhouse. If it was based on me, I probably wouldn't think so. It would have been a penalty. Price says he's okay. Ball going into touch from Lawrence. Barrington Price back on the field and doing some defensive work for Tivoli. Listen to Dwar. And I did make mention of in the first half how Waterhouse was able to dominate in the middle of the park. There's basically no one there. It's non-existent somewhat because a lot of their players are attacking. Donardo Thomas sends it across to find his brother Ricardo Thomas. Now it's with Ramon Howell. Kenroy Howell. Taos looking to search forward. Siobhan Stewart regaining possession, sends it across to Fletcher. Fletcher twisting and turning. Still Fletcher. Sent a ball inside, and look who it is for the interception, Dean Pennycook. Thomas over to Finderson. Carter Thomas Morrow swings that one inside the 18-yard box. Nobody able to latch on, but it's still Kimani Campbell for Waterhouse. Blocked by Pennycook. And Kimani Campbell not happy with that decision, but there was a push on Kemar Flemings, and I think probably he just made a meal of it and got the foul. Dwyer to his goalkeeper, who sends it across for Ricardo Thomas. Tempted to be collected by Kenroy Howell. And there's a player down. It's Lawrence again. And it is. So you see Coach Williams just shouting instructions. Still no goal in this one between Waterhouse and Tivoli Gardens. And you would think that the opportunities created by Waterhouse, they would want to convert those chances, but in the second half, Tivoli has been better than they were in the first, had some opportunities, and it seems to be a substitution. Coming on is Rashane Thompson, off is Tommy Lawrence, who seems to be off because of injury. Still some discomfort in his left leg, and Coach Williams says he will not continue. And Siobhan Stewart now against Dean Pennycook, and again Pennycook winning that battle and doing some defensive work. Ball goes into touch for a throw to Waterhouse. So defensively, as I said before, Dean Pennycook has been very well in defending this 0-0 scoreline for them, not allowing to let in any goals. And an opportunity for Waterhouse! Andre Fletcher getting his second goal of the season. And now with open play, and Waterhouse finally gets their goal. So Andre Fletcher, second goal of the season. And Waterhouse, they're now leading by a goal to nil. Andre Fletcher has had so many opportunities. One goal called off because of an offside, and a very good run, a brilliant turn to get by Pennycook, who has had a very good game for Tivoli Gardens, and that one lapse has caused Waterhouse to convert their chance. And it is Waterhouse 1, Tivoli Gardens 0 in the 63rd minute. Very good build-up play from Waterhouse. And now you can see they've finally been able to convert their chance. Tivoli Gardens now will be looking to get an equalizer. And Powers just being informed by referee to just calm down. Still shouting instructions is the captain, Nikolai Finlayson. But here's Tivoli Gardens now. They sent it side and then headed at forwards! And that is the equalizer! Shortly after going behind, DeVroy Gray, second goal of the season as well. And again, it's with the head. Pinpoint accuracy. And they have now scored the equalizer. Tivoli Gardens 1, Waterhouse 1. And we did say we needed goals in this game, and we've had 2 goals in a minute. Pinpoint accuracy, and knows how to score them with the noggin. And a headed effort. Bang, bang, pinpoint, and into the back of the net. Very good cross. And that one came in from the substitute Nelson, so a very good substitution by the man. Anthony Nelson is the man that gifted DeVroy Gray that headed effort and goal. Now it's Radico Wellington. Tivoli can press. The referee says it's an offside. So an exciting couple of minutes. And the referee says it is a foul. And it will be a free kick. So I did speak about the defense for both teams, and the lapse they've had has led to a goal for each team. High boot by Kenra Howell on Andre Smith. And that was the infringement and the culprit. That ball intercepted for Waterhouse. Collected by Clark. Sent across, and of course Clark, or Nelson, Anthony Nelson, is in an offside position. The assister of the equalizer. Now it is the second water break. The excitement in the last 10 minutes or so, you would really want to get these players hydrated, but a very good start to the second half by Tivoli Gardens, and when they went behind in the 63rd minute through Andre Fletcher, you thought they would have to work harder in order to get that equalizer, but they continued to work hard, as we see the goal by Andre Fletcher. Good turn by Adine Pennycook to get by Adine Pennycook and just placed it into the back of the net. Brilliant turn by Fletcher, and that was the first goal of the contest. But Tivoli continued to press. They continue to be a menace, and that is why it is Tivoli Gardens 1, Waterhouse 1. And there seemed to be a substitution, so it is the man Damian Binns that comes on for Chevon Stewart.
A double substitution, Waterhouse before serving. Number 21, Damian Binns. So number 35, Chevon Stewart. And number 15, also Fletcher, substituted by number 37.
So Rafiq Thomas comes on for the goal scorer for Waterhouse, Andre Fletcher. And a man who's had some opportunities in this game, even a goal ruled out for offside, but finally got his name on the score sheet for Waterhouse. But it didn't take long. A minute later, Tivoli equalized. And they resume play. They were appealing for a handled ball on Damian Binns, but the referee says no. Ball sent across and headed goalwards. Referee says it is an offside call on Rafiq Thomas. And just like that, Waterhouse have regained possession. Smith over to Flemings. Flemings, very good turn. The ball sent inside and a shot at goal was blocked by Ricardo Thomas. Waterhouse is now being pressured, and Donato Thomas sends that ball forward for Rafiq Thomas. The ball rolled into touch. Shane Thomas, the culprit. Howell looking for a pass and finds Ricardo Thomas, who chests it down nicely. Damien Binns. Kenroy Howell. Intercepted by Flemings, but Waterhouse still has possession. Howell couldn't go forward, stopped by Rasheen Thompson. And the referee called back the play because there was no advantage, and there is a yellow card now for, seems to be Damien Binns. In fact, it is Sean Dwyer that is the culprit. That ball sent inside for Gray. Referee says it's a handled ball by DeVroy Gray. Stops the attack of Tivoli Gardens. Mon Howell goes forward, finds Binns. Thomas just casually loses the ball, didn't go forward to collect it, and now it is Anthony Nelson for Tivoli Gardens, sent across, and Romain Bowers trying to send that one inside, collected by Akeem Chambers. So Tivoli Gardens has really pressed Waterhouse for much of the second half, and Clark doing some keep-ups to really waste some time, but no communication has led Akeem Chambers to collect the ball as well. You would think maybe they would get another goal in this one. Be the first stalemate, I believe, in the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Be the 11th stalemate overall in 58 games played between these two. So Tivoli Gardens would still have the edge in wins and goals scored. 56 for Waterhouse and 61 for Tivoli Gardens. Still a 5-goal advantage for the Kingston-based team. Donato Thomas. Still Donato Thomas now for Rafiq Thomas, and still Rafiq Thomas. The Tivoli Gardens had to do some defensive work to keep that from happening, and a wayward shot by Damien Binns, way wide of the target. Tivoli Gardens breathing a sigh of relief. And you see the captain, Barrington Price, shouting instructions. And for a brief moment, Marcel Gale would have been the happier of the two coaches, but Williams now back into the fold. Just under 15 minutes to play, and you would think that any team can grab all 3 points in this. Both teams really have pressed the defense of the other and has really made the life of the defense of each team uncomfortable. They look to do that once more. Here's DeFroy Gray for Tivoli Gardens. Still DeFroy Gray against Ricardo Thomas, sent inside but collected by Chambers. And again, Tivoli Gardens just attacking the defense of Waterhouse. They collect possession now through Radico Wellington. And Thompson couldn't keep that one. Referee says it's a throw for Tivoli Gardens. So you can see the last 10 minutes or so, Tivoli have really managed to pressure the defense of Waterhouse. Ball sent inside, tried to head it goalwards, and DeVroy Gray couldn't collect that one properly. And Rasheen couldn't keep that one under wraps for Tivoli, so Waterhouse has possession once more. Here's Kenroy Howell. Kenroy Howell against Rasheen Thompson. And the referee and there's Jermaine Teddy Johnson. Maybe Coach Williams want to put him on, and also is the man Edsel Scott, goalkeeping coach Edsel Scott. I would want to give you an additional information, but probably it's too much. Let's just say I'm glad to call him my brother, Edsel Scott. And he's actually the reserve goalkeeper in this game, because Watkins did get a red card for Tivoli Gardens the last time they played. And so that's why he's there in uniform. Here's Radica Wellington. Nice to get by Ramon Howell, but couldn't get by Damian Binns. Waterhouse regains possession. Finlayson. Ball sent forward to find Colorado Murray, but he loses it. Now it's the Captain Barrington Price over to Romain Bowers. Bowers looking for a pass and finds Wellington. Anthony Nelson can really do some damage, and it's still Anthony Nelson. Good defensive work by Ricardo Thomas. It's a goal kick for Waterhouse. Defensive work again by Tivoli. And it seems to be another substitution on the cards. Ricardo Thomas comes off, and one of the goal scorers for Waterhouse so far this season, Shaquille Bradford, makes his way onto the park. And that wonderful left-footed curling strike against Dumbe Holding. Left-footed strike, who he did have options left and right, Shaquille Bradford, but chose to go for it himself. And what a brilliant strike it was with the right foot. Former Camperdown captain Shaquille Bradford. Miscommunication. Throw for Waterhouse, taken quickly. Now it's with Nikolai Finlayson. Still trying to orchestrate from the back is Finlayson. Now it's with Damian Binns, and there's a run on the right. Chooses to go to the left, but it's still Waterhouse, and an opportunity for Rafiq Thomas. Tries to send that one inside. It's not Rafiq Thomas, it's Colorado Murray, rather. And Murray with a good run. But some defensive work by Barrington Price. And it's another corner for Waterhouse. And that ball sent inside by Binns. And it's a foul by Finlayson on Kemar Flemings. Free kick for Tivoli Gardens. Just under 10 minutes left in this contest for someone to maybe snatch 3 points. Tivoli Gardens with possession, now they lose it. Binns over to Howell. Just trying to maybe patiently build to that opportunity. And now they do have that opportunity. Kimani Campbell muscled off the ball, but the referee says it was an infringement. And it's Kenroy Howell that got that free kick for Waterhouse. Just shielding Kemar Flemings from the ball, and in the end baited Kemar Flemings and he took the bait. So it's a free kick for Tivoli Gardens. Frustrating who should be in the box from who shouldn't is Nicholas Clark, but Damian Binns is the one that will take this set piece. Sent inside for Waterhouse, and defensive work by the attacker Devroy Gray. Smith wanted to put off Finlayson, didn't. Waterhouse can attack. Ball sent inside by Thomas, headed on! Oh, what a brilliant save from Nicholas Clark. Parried that one to Kemar Flemings. And Tivoli doing some defensive work. Again, they have an opportunity. Headed and wide of the target. So for the past couple of minutes, Waterhouse has been attacking and pressing. And Tivoli Gardens defense called into question. And very, very good goalkeeping by Nicholas Clark to parry that one. A brilliant cross into the box for Kenroy Howell. And that would have been his first goal of the season, Kenroy Howell. But a very good cross by Denardo Thomas. And excellent goalkeeping by Nicholas Clark. And he's down on the field. But his coach, Philip Williams, will be happy with that effort. Keeping Waterhouse at bay and still keeping Tivoli Gardens in this to maybe snatch 3 points. But they have just under 6 minutes to go. A lot of excitement in the second half for both teams. And we see the first goal here by Andre Fletcher. Brilliant work to get by Pennycook. Very good turn and a very good goal. And finally, look at the excitement. But a minute later, Devroy Gray, his second goal, his second header. And a minute later, it was 1-1 between Tivoli Gardens and Waterhouse. So those are the two goals that have been scored so far. Andre Fletcher in the 63rd and Devroy Gray in the 64th. 1 minute between the two goals. So a very exciting second half. Pressing from both teams, attacking from both teams, defensive work from both teams. But more attack than defense in the second half than in the first. It was more defensively in the first. And we see more attacking in the second, which has led to 2 goals, 1 for each team. Kimani Campbell to Kenroy Howell. And Howell, of course, played in El Salvador and as well played in the USL for the Pittsburgh Hounds, I believe. River Hounds. Campbell sends that one inside again. Oh, that was close. Just wide of the target. And Colorado Murray wanted to basically prove Marcel Gale right in starting him in this game. Just a flick by the right foot and just wide of the target. Very good cross by Kimani Campbell. And I think if it was just a little bit closer, Nicholas Clark probably would have been beaten. Former Excelsior High midfielder is Murray. Very good work to get by Finlayson. For Gray to Rasheen Thomas, back to Devroy Gray. An opportunity for Tivoli Gardens, but a wayward pass and collected routinely by Akeem Chambers. But Devroy Gray is still on the ground. And now it's with Shaquille Bradford. Bradford over to Thomas, back to Shaquille Bradford. And Waterhouse can create an opportunity here. Still Bradford. Back to find Thomas. Thomas with a brilliant cross, but taken off the ball by Anthony Nelson. And Tivoli Gardens can be the one to attack now. Tivoli Gardens through Anthony Nelson. Just keep that one in play. Nelson against Dwar, and a shot at goal blocked by Sean Dwar. Still with Tivoli Gardens. Rasheen Thompson tried to lay that one off for Radika Wellington, but it's still with Tivoli Gardens. And Romain Bowers sending that ball inside, but not the direction that Devroy Gray wanted. Thompson to Bowers, and a shot at goal blocked. Referee says no handled ball, and a play on. And a foul by Andre Smith. And it is a free kick for Waterhouse. Frustration, I think, was the reason for that foul by Smith. "31 fouls in this game, and just 3 more for Waterhouse. 17-14. So it is a very physical game between Waterhouse and Tivoli Gardens. So first stalemate in 5 meetings between these two teams. Ramon Howell sends it inside and over the bar, and Binns was basically explaining why he probably wouldn't have gotten that one on target, because it was just looping over. Could have wanted to try that Amad Diallo goal that he had in the Europa League for Manchester United, but
Four minutes of added time.
surging forward is Tivoli Gardens. Anthony Nelson shoots that ball across to find Romain Bowers, and a shot at goal. Don't think it was going to trouble the goalkeeper. And it's 4 minutes, a minimum of added time in this one after 90 minutes. Howell couldn't find his brother, and that brotherly connection was absent at that time. And wasting time is the man Nicholas Clark, and I think they will be more happy with this result than Waterhouse, Tivoli Gardens. But I believe that they would think that they can, or they could have gotten more out of this one, maybe 3 points if it stays this way, because they still have just under 3 minutes to go. Anything can happen, but you would think that they would say to themselves that maybe we could get all 3 points had we taken our chances. Colorado Murray. And the goalkeeper tries to there's a collision with the collision fence, and it's another substitution as we see goalkeeping efforts. Slide, and it seems to be his left foot that has gotten a lot of that damage. And he's grimacing in pain. It is his left foot, and they call that the magic spray. So another substitution, Anthony Nelson, the man that provided Devoy Gray with that equalizer, he's off, and of course Justin Dunn is on, and smiles from Devoy Gray, but probably would have wanted more than just that equalizer. He's not scored with his foot all season. 2 goals, 2 headed goals, and another substitution, and it seems to be Ramon Howell. It is Ramon Howell, and taking his place is Rohan Beadley. Rohan Beadle. Rohan Beadle. And if a lot of you guys have been watching schoolboy football since a couple of years ago, we did a game with St. Catherine High and Excelsior, and Rohan Beadle with a brilliant right-footed strike. And you know, persons have really reminded me of that because of one phrase, oh my word. So Rohan Beadle also used to play for UWI in the Jamaica Premier League as well. So it's not his first go in the JPL. But Clark with the magic spray, he's up and he's all right. And look at the smile on Edsel Scott's face. Doesn't like to be called by his given name. Not sure why. But here's an opportunity for Waterhouse. Collected by Clark. Just wasting time. Slow to get up, slow to react. Maybe that has warranted one more attack in this contest. With that stoppage by the goalkeeper, Kenroy Howell, being hounded by Kemar Flemings. And he has turned by Kemar Flemings, sends that ball inside. A missed kick by Dunn, but Tivoli Gardens do have possession. Wayne Bowers to Devroy Gray, goes into touch for a throw. Bins. Headed out by Price. And another opportunity for them, but I'm not sure as to why Rafiq Thomas didn't put that one on target. And a very good opportunity for Waterhouse to maybe put the game to bed in this one. Interception. And the referee says it is a free kick for Tivoli Gardens. Foul committed by Rohan Beadle. So it seems as if this will be the scoreline that ends the game. But like I said, anything can happen. Kimani Campbell. And the referee says it is a free kick for Tivoli Gardens. And the referee Veralton calls the end to the game. 2 goals in quick succession from Tivoli Gardens and Waterhouse. Andre Fletcher, the man that scored the first goal, and then DeVroy Gray equalized for Tivoli Gardens a minute later. So at the end of 90 minutes, at the end of this game, the final day for match day 5, it is Waterhouse 1, Tivoli 1.